Hi, my name is Nashad, some guys know me as Shubham. Spurs Video Podcast. Talking about the Newcastle game. Apologies for the delay. Fortunately, time zones have again made it slightly difficult for me to do this video podcast with Kevin G. But I'm hoping that's something we can sort out pretty soon. It was amazing. I mean, was it 2-0 up in 5-6 minutes? 4-0 up by the end of the first half. I mean, it was just incredible. I must admit, when I was watching it, you've got memories of the Man City game, and you just think that you think, oh God, please no. But I was really impressed just how fluid we were, and especially with that Bandivart, who's been our talisman. Adebayor, he was liberated, having a strike partner. When you play one up front, I mean, Barcelona do that, but they have their ability to move the ball quickly, to be able to give their players support, and obviously he's got an ability to dribble past players if they're not even there. Tends to help. Having that partner. I mean, look at the assist and how well they interplayed. I think Saha, when he played at Everton, played as a lone striker, if memory serves. So it did help him, I think, to have someone of the quality of Adebayor playing alongside him and have the quality of the midfield that we do have. But to be fair, Newcastle were bloody awful. I mean, if you look at that first goal, you actually see Overton watching the ball. He just stands there watching the ball. He doesn't think, "Oh, I best run to pick up my runner or something." And then he focus, "Oh, I better get there now." It's just, I mean, obviously the guy is he's a winger. He's not really a defender. Do you know what I mean? But it was just really poor. And once they're 2-0 down, they're going to be chasing the game. And I mean, it was really weird because everyone was saying, "Oh, well, they haven't got Tiote and Cabaye, but Guthrie had a game. He was invisible." And I think our central midfield is probably second or best, or probably one of the best in the Premierships, in the Premier League. And our ability, I mean, we're going through them at will, and obviously it's kind of like that 5-1 that Chelsea, when City beat us, they were able to just go through us, with ease, and we just couldn't cope. Similar thing, and they couldn't cope, their defenders couldn't cope, with the movement. Again, for that, read City again. Saha is talented. May's willing, his ability to run with and without the ball, and do it with quality. I mean, Pav could run with the ball, and he could strike the ball sweetly, but he was so inconsistent with quality. The question is keeping him fit. I do see him starting if Saha's fit. Let's say he goes back to playing 4-4-1, especially away from home. Obviously, we're playing Arsenal in a few weeks. I still see him bringing Saha ahead of the foe. Telling two up front helps us because their midfield was so. They're playing a very high midfield line, and then suddenly he'll dropping them really deep. So poor Cisse and Bayer had absolutely no support up. There was no midfield. They couldn't get the ball up there, and the time they did, we had numbers back, and so it was like playing 9 or something. The first couple of minutes, Newcastle weren't terrible. They played alright. Obviously, Harry Redknapp wanted to stay. That was awesome, and it's incredible. He's called us idiots because obviously a few fans have gone to TalkSport and criticised him. But I think when the real possibility of losing our manager, and not actually firing one, our manager said, that's it. I can move on to bigger and better. But the England job is something that no one can resist. That hopefully he will though. And the reason I say this is because Alex Ferguson is in his mid-70s, so I know Harry had that heart surgery and everything, but first of all, you're away a lot from home. If you're an international manager, you have to travel all over the world. Not just to you travel all over the world, all over the UK, and would you want to be away from Bournemouth and Rosie and Sandra? Secondly, I think he has a chance to rebuild something. With West Ham, he always had to sell his players on. Now he doesn't need to do that. I think he can actually keep players. Sorry, switching this off. He can keep players and he can rebuild a legacy. kind of like what Alex Ferguson had at Man U. I mean, look, Alex Ferguson's been there, what, since '86? I'm not saying, Harry's going to be there that long, but Harry, he's 64 now. 10 years from now, he'll have been there 13, 14 years. He will hopefully have done an incredible Wenger kind of thing and actually build a real, with a new stadium, built something amazing, very special. And obviously with these talks about Hazard trying to sign us. Now I don't know whether Daniel Levy's pace on France Football to mention this, saying, look what you can win if you stay with us, and look who you can coach. You can coach one of the best players in Europe, or you can coach a whole bunch of overpaid prima donnas who don't really give a shit about the shirt unless they're winning. Which is the same. I know how many players give a shit about losing when they play for Tottenham, but I don't know. I don't know. Do players still care about England? I mean, I know as fans, especially, I suppose we're about to lose our manager, we care even less. If someone said to me, Spurs to finish second in the Premier League, Champions League, or England to win 2012, I know what I go for. The thing that allowed me to lord it over Arsenal and Chelsea. I'm going to give a big shout out to a wonderful person called Debs Tomkinson. She did absolutely amazing. Everyone loves Debs. She's like, it's not Raymond. Everyone may love Raymond. Everyone hearts Debs to infinity and beyond. Same with Mike. They come all the way down from Oldham, which often means they have to literally travel, stay overnight, and then travel back up the next day. So it takes not just like for me, it will take me about afternoon at most. It takes a whole day and a half for them, but the whole weekend goes. So for that they're ones I give my shout out. And to my mate Kevin G, when you've got time zones, we complain about it, but for the Americans, it must be a real pain in the ass for them, especially when it comes to, say, I don't know, some of the games, because obviously they're so far ahead, they're so far behind. You want to be work middle of the day, whatever. So shout out to him. Hopefully be able to do my podcast with him pretty soon. And as in terms of Stevenage, I'm not too sure. I think we'll play a very skeleton side, but and like I said, it was amazing. I mean, that was probably, someone says to me, what's the best you've seen Tottenham play? And for me, obviously, I think if there are 3 results that will stand out, I think, just because I suppose what we've done for me lately kind of thing, but these are just when we went out there and we put on a performance and a half. Obviously the Arsenal game when we beat them 5-1, even if it was the League Cup, even though they claimed not to give a shit about it, anything which had that was just funny. Adebayor and Bentner Adebayor headbutting Bentner and Gallus getting involved. That was hilarious. And then obviously the 5-1. I mean, apparently the stadium was rocking that night. Beating Inter Milan 3-1, the European champions. You can't, champions, world, everything, to beat the shit out of them 3-1, especially after what happened to us 2 in the San Siro. And that game, because I know we beat Hearts 5-0, but that's just, I think we all know how bad Scottish football is. This is the Premier League. To beat a team 5-0, admittedly we're at home, but I mean, Man City with all them, Chelsea with all their money, Man U and Man City apart. I don't think any team has won by a 5-goal margin more this season. Actually, I have to say Arsenal as well. Actually, fucking Arsenal, but has done that, and and I think what makes ours a lot more better than what Arsenal did. Fuck you, Arsenal. Is we're playing a team in the top 6. This is a team 1 point behind Arsenal in the league. Not at the bottom of the league, not in the relegation zone, not down to 10 men. This is a team, in top 6, and for that, I mean, therefore that puts up with Man U and Man City. I mean, think how much money they spent. Think of the players they can attract and the wages they can offer. I think to do what we've done, how Harry would not want to be part of that. If we get the new stadium, shit, they'll probably end up naming one of the stands the Harry Redknapp stand or something. That's how I think Ultimate will be. Anyway, but definitely, if they name one the Harry Redknapp stand, they have to name the other one Bill Nicholson stand, the other one the Danny Blanchflower, and another one Dave Mackay. But still, I digress. As always, come on you Spurs.